some crafting today?
What? What did you say?
Are we gonna learn about some crafting today?
Hopefully you'll learn something new.
What are you gonna be teaching us today, Professor? He
Well,
actually made a PowerPoint. Oh my god,
of
you
course I made a PowerPoint.
What an absolute legend. Yo, Gator, you gotta see this man. He actually made a PowerPoint, dude. Holy shit. The dedication. The dedication. Crafting 101.
Let's go!
Crafting 101.
We in this. We in this, boys.
Alright, this is gonna be for league start?
Yeah, so this is League
Got
Start
it.
crafting here. So, super basic how to craft stuff. I'm gonna give people
I'm
like a
just
few
going to mute
minutes.
and yeah, go ahead. I think ATP might come in here, and God hopefully will come in here because this is some valuable information.
Yeah.
I can't believe you actually made a fucking PowerPoint. Holy shit!
I mean, it's just a PowerPoint.
Did you have it or did you actually like make it recently?
I made this like earlier.
Oh, okay. Pew
So.
Pew's lecture about to start. Let's go.
Gotta give them the heads up.
Yeah, I mean,
PowerPoint included.
PowerPoint included. Yeah, I mean there will be a test at the end, so I hope everyone brought their notepads and
Not another pop quiz. Shit.
you'll get a rating from 0 to 100 based on how great the items you craft at the end of the session will be. Can you guys still see my stream? Hello?
Hello?
Can you still see my stream?
Yes. Oh wait, hold on. I should be
No,
able
it's
to.
black.
Oh yeah.
Is it just me? Let me try to.
It's
rewatch.
trying to
I can
load right
see
now.
it. I can see it. It still says crafting 101 for me.
For me,
Yeah,
it's
same.
like indefinite loading.
Interesting.
Oh, I see it. We're good.
Okay. Alright, welcome to class, boys. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about how crafting works in general, like the early like League Start crafting. So it's basic shit. It's nothing too fancy. It's not like your 50x items. It's your I need resistances, life, or energy and shit like that. And we're gonna come into a little bit about what is affixes, what is enchants, what's a base, what's an influence, stuff like that. And we will craft a few things along the way. And there at the end I have a nice little tip. So to begin with, we have our resources that we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at Craft of Exile, PoEDB, and Path of Exile wiki. For for the ones who don't know, Craft of Exile is a simulation website where you can look up any affix on any item. You can simulate how it would be to craft it. You can emulate it so you can play around with the crafting. You can look at affinities, everything like that. I will not go into detail on how to use this, but basically what you can do is you can find your item in game. Let's say this one, for example. Hold down Alt, Control C, go into the website, import that item, and now it basically shows you everything you can get on that item. So everything that's grayed out, you are not able to get. Everything else is good to go. Alright? PoEDB is a little bit more of a nerdy website. It's a direct funnel into the Path of Exile database. So it's way more nerdier, but you can look at very specific things. So like body armor, strength, and look exactly like what are the values and everything. I don't use this as much, but it's a nice tool. And then we have the Path of Exile wiki, which is just a way to look up stuff. So let's say I wanted to know about barrage support. I could just look it up and know exactly like what does it do, what is the different qualities, everything, how do I get it, where do I get it, what's required for it, everything. To start talking about crafting, we need to know about the affixes. There are, in theory, 3 types of affixes, but only 2 that we're working with. So number 1 is the implicit, that's the base item. So you got your iron rings, your leather belt, driftwood wand, short bows. That would be, for example, like on this ring here, it has 20% cold resist. That's the implicit modifier of the item. So any sapphire ring will always have cold res. Any amber amulet will always have strength. Any 2-stone ring, depending on the colors, will have dual resistances. Then we have our prefixes, which is life, armor, anti-shield, added physical damage, spell damage, level gems. There's a ton more, but this is just some of them. You can have up to 3 prefixes on any normal item. The only
Hey,
outliers.
wait. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but some people are getting a black screen. Can we pause for a second and let the stream load in? I didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought.
Yeah, that's sure.
I just wanted to make sure everyone can. I like that little picture.
Let me know.
Yeah, I think it was Dream who's having the problem.
Yeah, we're also
Let me.
running this stream heavy with the amount of people on here.
Yeah.
Have to update the
Now, I
Discord
didn't
soon.
my Discord.
Okay, he can see it.
Okay,
Good.
okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, an item can have up to 3 prefixes. I think cluster jewels and jewels in general are the only ones who can only have 1 or 2. But as a rule of thumb, you can have 3 prefixes and you can have 3 suffixes. Your suffixes are gonna be your resistances, attributes, life region, attack speed, cast speed, crit rating, accuracy, and a bunch more. This is just some examples of like what is the difference. So when we're rolling for an item, we always want to look for what prefixes does it got, what suffixes does it have, and if you have like 3 prefixes, 2 suffixes, then you can start, okay, then what suffix do I then want on it? And it's important that when we're looking at an item that we are seeing that a perfect item should have good 3 prefixes and good 3 suffixes. Let's look at this one for example. It has 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes, but one of the prefixes is a crafted modifier. So when I made this item, I hit 3 suffixes and 2 prefixes, and then I had to do something with the 3rd prefix. So in all of these stats are good stats for my build. So in theory, this is called a perfect item. Like there's no dead stats on this item. Then there's enchants and there's corruptions. So enchants you can put on helmet, boots, gloves, and belts. For the belt one is not really used that much because they're not that great. But for the helmet, a lot of us know the helmet enchants that give you like +1 projectile to tornado shot and shit like that. You get it from running the labyrinth at the highest level. Then you have 3 helmet options, 1 glove and 1 boot option to enchant to your item. For example, my helmet has discipline, has 45% increased mana reservation efficiency. And this does not take up a slot. It does not take up an implicit. It does not take up any prefix or suffix modifiers. It does not get removed with corruption. It is a completely different thing and its own thing. You can have one on your helmet, on your gloves, and on your boots, and you can also have one on your belt by running a tribute to the goddess. You get the tribute to the goddess by running harvest and finding a offering to the goddess currency increase. So that's completely RNG to get. There aren't many good belt enchants, so they're not commonly used. Then we have corruption. A corruption happens when you use a Valorb. A Valorb is the red one, I'll show it here. This one. So it corrupts an item, modifying it unpredictably. Basically what it can do, it has 25% chance to get a white socket, or get all white sockets, add Val implicit, reforge the item as a corrupted, or do nothing. Each of these have 25% chance of happening. The Val implicit is what you're going for if you're valing an item. This could be +1 to maximum power charges. It could be +1 to maximum, what do they call, frenzy charges. It could be elemental weakness on hit, like some really powerful ones in there. But the gamble is that two of the things will do one will do nothing, the other will ruin your item. And it feels like you're ruining your items the more expensive it is. We're not talking about Scourge, because that shit's nuts. Like, we don't... Yeah, a note on Scourge, don't do it. Do not put items in here and scourging them up, because chances are you will break your item. And if Scourge goes core, don't use it. Then we have Armour Slots. So armors and shields, they are mostly defensive modifiers. It'll be shields and cuirass, they can roll offensive. Boots, they roll movement speed. Weapons, they are mostly offensive modifiers. Melee weapons will often roll attack mods together with bows. Wands, scepters, and staffs roll caster mods. So the more generic type your weapon is, the more often it will roll it. So if you're using a sword, chances are you'll get melee attack rolls. If you're using a bow, chances are you'll get bow rolls. Jewels, they can roll both offensive and defensive. Belts, they roll mostly defensive. Amulet and rings, they can roll both. Quality and influences. So quality increases the local modifiers on an item. There you can also get some harvest quality, which changes the way weapon quality works. So let's take a look at this sapphire ring here, or rather no. What should we check? Should we look at this one? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So this one has 8 to all elemental resist. No, wait. This has changes the armor and the energy shield on it. So in this case it has 117 armor and 24 energy shield. If we put quality on it, the armor and energy should have gone up. Hello? Oh no, it did. So okay, by default the armor and energy shield is 117 and 24. With 20% quality it's 140 and 29. Yeah, I'm not wrong. I'm not drunk. Influences. We have many different influences. Basically an influence is what gives the item the cool background flow like this one. So this one is Redeemer influenced. It'll always look like that. This one is Shaper influenced. It will always have that space background. This is Crusader and Shaper influenced. It has the lightning and the Shaper background. Influenced items just have additional things they can roll. So let's take a look at the item from before. If we go down to Shaper, like it would be able to have these rolls also. Essences and fossils. So essences are the best body in League Start ever. So you can use it to basically force a roll on an item. You can force roll. The ones I recommend using is the Max Life, the Energy Shield, Cold Rest Virus, Lightning Rest. So let's say you're going through leveling, like you find this helmet right here. It requires level 13, so this would be a pretty good find for for Act 4, for example, right? Like it has 4 sockets, it's 4 linked, that's pretty good, but it has no stats on it. So the first thing I would do is quality it up to get that local modifiers to the max. And then I would check what essences do I have. So let's say I'm running a life build and I'm low on life. Then I would use this one, Essence of Greed. It says armor can roll 5 to 14 maximum life. Or when we go a tier higher up, armor can roll 15 to 30 maximum life. So now we know we can get life on it. And just put it on there. Now you have 20 life on this item. Most of the time, this item will be better than all the items you have found, because most items you have found have like that increased stun and block recovery, reflects 2 physical damage to melee attackers. That's dog shit. Like, we don't use that for anything. What we care about when we're leveling up is getting max life or max energy shield, and resistances, nothing else. And this is where essences really come in clutch. For higher tier crafting, like these boots that I'm trying to craft on, like I'm using this one, which gets intelligence to the item. So I'm forcing the intelligence roll on an item that usually cannot have intelligence on it. Regards to the fossils, fossils are very, very good ways to get a modifier, like a specific modifier on a item. So let's say you have a Stygian Wise. Let's do this through Craft of Exile. So let's say belt. There we go, belt, right? So we have a belt, and we would like to get let's put it as a hunter influence as well. Yeah, this influence. There we go. And we want to have this hunter influence there, increased maximum life, right? That is gonna be super difficult to try and like use augmentations and shit like that. But what we can do is we can go in and use oh, I don't have any. Hold on. We can use this one, Pristine Fossils. More life modifiers, no defense modifiers. What this does is basically it's going to increase your odds of getting life modifiers. And this one is simply only a life modifier. So let's just take this one for example. We're gonna add it to it. And we're gonna say that we want to use fossils. And we only want to use this one, compute. There we go. This feels wrong. Oh, that's because of that one. There we go. So it says this would so it says it would take you around 10 pristines to hit this modifier on your belt, which is pretty damn good when you're looking compared to alterations. It would take you on average 110 alterations and 31 augmentations to get this modifier. So we can cut down our costs of the craft already there, and it's a great way to deterministically get. So I would use fossils very early in the league. I would farm up Delve and use like jagged fossils for physical modifiers, dense for defense, and pristine for life, and try and get some deterministic rolls based on the affix. Then we have Betrayal. Usually Betrayal is not something you would talk about in a crafting video, but what we are going to talk about is the unveiling. So, you know when you kill Betrayal people and they drop items which have squiggly lines on them? I think I have one laying around. Yeah, so like this one for example, right? This one has all these squiggly lines. This means that we can go to Jun.
Hello.
We can unveil the item. Unveiling the item gives you 3 different options, and whatever one you choose, that craft you will unlock to your crafting bench. So it's super valuable to farm up these early in the league, because you can get a lot of your crafts this way. So let's say I didn't have this hits can't be evaded, but I really needed that. So I can press confirm, and congratulations, now I can craft that onto other items as well in my crafting bench. So that's why Betrayal and Veil mods are super important, because it's super strong crafts. And the cool thing about Veil mods is that they're a tier higher than you can craft yourself. So if you're very lucky, you can get some really cool items from this. Expedition, we have Rock, we have Gwenin, Tujin, and Danning. So Rock has super easy fast crafts. He is one of my go-to guys whenever I get to maps and just look through what he has. I usually look at the rings and the jewels, but you can look at all the bases. So a quick overview of this base look would be like, okay, he has a fire resist ring. Is there anything, okay, then you look at your resistances. Let's say, okay, you need fire resistance. Cool, I can deal fire items.
Allow me to take my
And now we're just trying to get some good outcomes. So reroll suffixes 10 times, keeping the best outcome. Okay, do I use lightning damage? No, I do not. Okay, we can reroll that. We got tier 2 lightning resist. That's pretty good. Now it's reroll prefixes 6 times. So we have energy shield, evasion, and increased elemental damage with attack skills. We just said we don't use lightning damage, but I'm guessing we don't use elemental damage at all. Evasion and energy shield is probably also shit for my build. We'll click upgrade again. Now we have life on it. We have first damage leech at life and mana leech attack damage leech at life. So this is actually already a pretty decent ring. It has good life and nice resist on it. We don't want to remove the resist because that's a nice roll. So we're gonna skip. Add a suffix, cool, let's do that. That's a nice fire assist. Add a suffix, keeping the best. Okay, cool. We got some strength. Reroll the prefixes, I don't want to do that. Incubator, who cares? Reroll modifiers, sure, let's do that. Reroll modifiers, sure, let's do that. Okay. Now look at this ring. We spent, what, 3 minutes? And, I don't know, like a chaos worth of items, maybe? On crafting a ring with 2 pretty good fire resist and lightning resist modifiers and life. This ring will give you a lot of fire resist, a lot of lightning resist, and life. This ring is good for league start. Imagine you just came to maps and you're getting this ring. So we can use Danning Rock a lot to get some pretty good just starting mapping. If you want to make money down the road, you can also use him to just like this item. Let's just price check it real quick. It's not going to be worth much, but like it's a 10C. So we can sell this ring for 10 chaos right now, which is a lot of money in the league start, right? Gwenin, she has gear gambles, and I would recommend never using them for league start. I would just spend them mid-league, end-league, because chances are she doesn't give any good. Tujin is a noob trap, like check him for an Exile, otherwise leave him alone. Danning, I think he trades currency, I don't know. Okay, so the useful one trick that I wanted to show you is you can actually force roll +1 level to all insert tag here gems. So let's say you're running a lightning build, like you're running a self-cast arc build. Those are pretty good. But you need to have +1 level to lightning spell gems. So get a level 1 wand, eye level 1 wand, use alterations until you get it, and it's gonna be super strong for your league start. So I have one here. What I did was I created a witch, I killed Hillock, and I just put it in the bank. So let's see if we can actually roll a pretty decent one here. Chances should be quite high to get it. Come on. Okay, we're not very lucky, but it can be done. Okay, that's the important part. Let's take the item into Craft of Exile, and I'll show you. Remove that, remove that. So you see all these, level of all chaos, level of fire, lightning, all that shit, right? Those. Why is it grayed? Oh yeah, it's grayed out. Okay. My god. Let's do it like this instead. Okay, they're grayed out for some reason. They shouldn't be grayed out. Like, you can roll this. And it's a great way to get early wands with +1 to whatever spell gem you're running. And if you're running a spellcaster build, this is going to be super powerful for you. Because levels are everything for spellcaster builds. And that's it for the PowerPoint. Now we're gonna get into some crafting, because now we learned a lot. And let's come with an example of a league starter ring, or yeah, let's take this ring, right? And we wanted to craft on it. So any one of you tell me a problem that you usually have with your league start.
I have with what?
What
You lagged out.
yeah, what problem do you have with league start? Do you like not have resistance cap? Do you like not have life, or?
Right now I'm struggling with life, but resist is usually my problem.
Okay, so life and resist. So this item alone is like item level 30, requires level 20. It has a low fire and cold resist implicit. This is a fine ring. We can make this ring good. But we need to know exactly what we want to do with this ring. So what I always recommend is that you start with a decent base. Then you go into Craft of Exile. Before you do anything, you go into Craft of Exile and you import the item. Because now you can see exactly like what you can get on this ring. And let's see, we wanted some resistances. So let's get some resistances. Let's say you want fire resistance, yeah? On this particular item we can get up to 23 fire resistance. But we also want some lightning resistance. Okay, and then we want some life on it as well. We can get up to 59 life, that would be fucking puggers. And what I like to do is the method, I would just choose fossils or essences. For today's case, we'll use fossils. It's gonna be quite easy to hit. Set the max resonator count to like 1, because you probably only have 1. For this specific setup, it says Scorched, and it's gonna take 67 attempts. That's gonna be rough to hit. So instead, we might use alterations to try and get any of them, or we can look at like what essences are available. So we wanted life and resistances. So chances are we would use a life on it. I don't think we can force life on it like that. We can force resist on it. So let's force resist on it. No, can't do that either. Okay, so we can't force anything on it. So if we can't force anything on it, then it's gonna suck to create. So what we will do instead is alteration spam on it until we get something that we kinda want. We wanted life and fire res, or lightning res. So we're gonna try to use our alterations on it to get that. Like any of them will do. There we go, we got a fire S, okay. And then we're gonna use one of our augments on it. We got a pretty nice life roll, that's quite lucky. If you have it, use a Regal Orb. But if you don't have it, I recommend trying to like buy one early. At day 1, they usually cost like a chaos, and it's super worth it, because when you have an item like this, you can put a Regal on it. Now it has strength, life, fire resistance. We go to our crafting bench, and we get the lightning res. We can probably only get the 16 to 20. There we go. Now you have your life, fire, and lightning resist ring with a fire and cold resist on as well. So this is how we would craft items for League Start. We would try to get the mod that we want that's super important, and then expand on that. One thing that's very important about crafting in general is it's gonna take time. Like the chances are you will not get your perfect item in the first roll. For example, these boots, right? So I first made these boots. They took me a few weeks to make. These boots I've been rolling ever since, and I still haven't gotten anything good on it. I have thrown 50 or 60 exalts at these boots. So yeah, that's basically all I have for League Start crafting. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll answer them. Okay, no one has
There's
any
no real way to
questions.
farm essences early game, is there? Or early league,
What?
is there? There's no real way to farm essences, is there? Like, you could try to go down and spend some time in the delve to get the fossils, but there'd be no way to get the essences consistently, right?
For day 1, no. Like running maps fast is a good way to get essences early. Chances are, like, you will, on your way to leveling, you will meet a lot of essences, and most people ignore them. I would never ignore them. I would always do them. Because
Yeah, I
you will
usually
end
do
up,
them.
when you reach maps, you will end up having quite a few. And if you
Unless you
really want to
put,
farm more hard, you can go into Haywalk Hamlet and investing into these points, which like gives you additional chance to have more essences on your maps.
oh, nice. Okay.
And there's like also watchstones and such, but when you're reaching watchstones, you probably already have everything you need.
hmm
And you have fossils, you would just delve until you have what you want. Anyone else? Okay, so
Is that a Google Doc or is that a Microsoft PowerPoint?
that is a Microsoft PowerPoint.
Okay.
I'll Google Doc. Yeah, it's Google Doc. Yeah.
Okay, can you link that in
Yeah.
the go ahead and link that and then okay, and that has all the links on there. Yeah, all you have to do is just share that. It's already locked, right?
I'll just
And no one can edit it.
I'll just put in a view only.
Yeah, go ahead. Put it on view only so that way only people can view it. And because someone, I think one of them, I'm running some breach stones with the guild right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
There's like two of them. I was trying to make sure that some of them were at least listening to you and listening to what you were doing. Oh, I need to go in there.
Yeah, it was
So
a little laggy for me, but I mean, when he posts a video, we won't have all the, like, we'll see what he saw, and, like, there won't be
yeah,
any lag like we had.
exactly.
So I'll go
Um,
back and watching the shit I kind of lagged out on.
if you want to, like, I would be up for like crafting items now and have that in the video. Otherwise, I am going to end the video here, and
Yeah.
we can do crafting shit later, whatever.
No, yeah, that works. Alright, bet TY for this shit. That definitely helped. At least
Yeah,
most of what I took in. I'm gonna have to take in some more when I
the
rewatch
biggest
the video. But
resources, the biggest resources I think he shared was that website where you can just emulate your
oh yeah,
crafts.
Craft of
That's
Exile and
fucking
all that.
huge.
Yeah, Craft of
The
Exile
fact that
is
you
a
can
huge site.
Yeah.
I don't know. It helps the no brain guys like me. So
Yeah, let's go to the emulator here and just like it's very good to make sure like can I get the things I want. So let's import my boots that I'm trying to create on here, right, into the emulator.
Yeah.
And I go to
So-
essences and I go to spite, where it is there.
Yeah.
And then I just like you just click on it, and you can literally like go hard spam and then look at what it crafted.
Oh wow.
So this way you can make sure that okay, it can get the things I want.
Yeah.
But the calculator is definitely the 10,000.
The best way to go about it.
Yeah. Like this
Okay.
is how I make sure that I can see exactly what I want on my item.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm using the audio on my car to listen in. But so I'm sure you went over like I guess the best advice anyone's ever given me was turning on the like all the item information so you can use Alt and see how many prefixes and suffixes were already in use before even deciding to craft an item.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is. I think it's this one UI.
UI scroll down items,
Yeah.
advanced modifiers,
Yeah, this
advanced
one.
mod descriptions.
Yeah, this one should always be active because then you can mouse over anything, hold down Alt, and it'll show you the prefix modifier tier and everything. That is super important.
So you've got a better system running. It's hard for me to watch this obviously and drive through so
Yeah.
I'm
Can I have a question?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't see the full presentation before. Just when I see on what is the slides presentation that in expedition part there is a rocks for easy craft. Is the before this did you have already show present how to craft using this expedition guy called Rob? I don't know how to use how to craft with him. Before I come here, did you already like try to make an example of crafting using this guy? I'm sorry if it's not clear.
Yeah, using rock. Yeah, we talked about that. So we have already talked about how to use rock to craft your pretty decent items with. It'll be in the video.
Yeah. All right. So you just look at the video tomorrow or something, right? Thank you very much.
All right, cool. Thank you all for wanted to listen to me rabble on about crafting for 40 minutes.
Thanks for doing it. It helped, like I said.
I will
watch the video later to help out more.
Yeah, I think so too. But I will also like have another talk about league start builds and how to league start. So that will be more of a play along kind of thing, where I'll create a new character and I'll show you how I get to maps in like 4 or 5 hours. Where I won't do the whole thing, but you'll get the idea. And also how to look for league starting builds. And we'll also get into like more crafting stuff, like how to craft mid-tier items, like how to craft these kind of items, how to craft like the mirror items and shit like that.
We could probably split that up into two of them. Do like crafting nicer items for one, and then towards the next league start, get the league start one going. Because
exactly.
I mean, it may be closer where you can learn some of the league mechanics if it's like a week before or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only like what 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks until next league.
Yeah, so we will get into like that shit also. And as always, like hit me up if you need anything crafting related. I am available. Build stuff I can also
I will
help
do
with.
it.
Also, if you want to like craft an item together, I am also up for that. Just let's just hit me up and we can try and craft something together. Like nothing is impossible to craft. It's just a matter
Worst
of
case,
having
he
the money.
shadows you and watches you do it, and then tells you what you do wrong or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like I would be up for like, let's say you wanted to try and craft like a better helmet. we could do that together. I would just like you would come up with the ideas, and I would tell you what you did right and wrong. Like that is something we can totally do.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Instead of telling
just
people
hit me
exactly
up.
what to do so they can try it themselves.
Exactly. So just hit me up. Like there's nothing dangerous, and if you feel like you don't have the money, like I can spare up some money. Like any 5x craft we can do pretty much. I don't mind.
And if PPU is not online, also Fish is another good crafter too.
Yeah, Fish
for you
is
other guys
also
that are in here.
Yeah, Fish is also a source of valuable information.
Yep, I'm open if you need help. Just let me know.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna stop the video now.